What is going on YouTube? Hayden here, and in today's episode, we are going to be looking at XRP, Solana, as well as Ethereum, Bitcoin, VONG, which is the Russell 1000, and the S&P 500. Guys, lots to go over in today's episode. Last we left off in yesterday's video, we were talking about pretty much saying, I know what's next for XRP, Bitcoin, and honestly, the rest of the market. I think what we saw happen on Friday really wasn't, I know it was shocking news, 100%. Nobody expected manipulation to come out, except for probably some insider trading going on and then using it to liquidate and capitalize on cryptocurrency because it's an unregulated exchange. It's apparently a very easy money grab. However, the stock market closed and pretty much fell right well within its ascending fractal, as well as some of these, as well as the stock market here, or the stock market and VONGs, excuse me, I repeated myself. So we didn't really see any sort of major correction here. Stock market closed at 5 p.m. and everything was back to normal on Monday here. And if anything, the little blip that we had down was well within our, technical indicators, and now we're starting to come back up. So if anything, we look good and probably primed to head higher. However, not so much for other cryptocurrencies. XRP took the most downturn, took the biggest hit, and saw a massive correction here. The other cryptos, not so much, and they're almost repelling and rebounding back up, so they look good as well, which is what I want to go over with you guys. So with that being said, smash that like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's get right into today's episode. So starting off, Fear and Greed Index, 37, looks okay. That means there's more opportunity for us to head up, if anything here. Over the past week, some cryptos really did get hit hard. XRP, one of them, down 13% for the week, up 2% for the day, 8% for Bitcoin, 9% for Ethereum here. Doge got 20%, Cardano 16%, Chainlink 15%, Stellar 13%. So we did see quite a substantial hit, but it's not too bad. Like, we've recovered substantially. It really says, hey, are we now going to continue how we've been trading, or are we going to see a major sell-off? And is this going to be the start to a bear market, which essentially is not something we want to see, but we'll find out. And inevitably here, you can see we are starting to come down. We are starting to come down here as well. Lots of these cryptos, for the most part, are consolidating across the board. Doge, TRX, Cardano, not really seeing anything that would raise any red flags or alarms. Now, XRP is the only crypto that is essentially more confusing than others. However, we can start to make some adjustments here. I don't like it, but we could, if this makes sense. If we do something like this, then essentially we have not seen anything out of the blue. And honestly, it seems like this might be something we need to start considering. Really, I'm going to change this from 2 points to 1 point to 2 point, and then, or 2 point to 1 point, and then we'll make it blue. And you can see now the symmetrical triangle descending fractal that we had. And maybe we're forming a descending fractal. Now, this would make more sense than previous examples we've used, because XRP, for the most part, doesn't really form symmetrical triangles, descending triangles, bull flags, pennant flags, and stuff like that. It mainly forms descending fractals. Although, it can be give or take. We've seen other things like this descending fractal here, bull flag, essentially, where we have some sort of lower, high, lower, low movement here. Lower, high, lower, low movement here. We could go back even earlier to previous times where, again, we have lower, high, lower, low movements like this and like this. So there's a chance this could be showing us a new formation. Maybe we're in a descending fractal. This is something I'm not going to rule out, because this then says, okay, we're going to create these lower high, lower lows and extend downwards, possibly to support, possibly to where we are now, and we could potentially see a breakout. Now, again, this is not certain at all. If anything, this had more certainty than what we're seeing now. We did see a break, but unfortunately, we only have 2 points of confirmation on this, so it is not certain at all. I'm just trying to figure out where we could be. We are rebounding off some sort of support that we found. We are starting to climb back up, which is good. But essentially, we need to look at these other cryptos. Other cryptos didn't get hit as hard. They weren't liquidated as hard or leveraged as hard for whatever reason. Solana, for example, didn't get the leverage that XRP had on Bitfinex, the major liquidation event that shot the price all the way down to 98 cents and then all the way back up to, where we are now, $2.52. Huge rug pull essentially. But you can see here with Solana, we're also in a descending fractal. That looks eerily similar to what we are drawing on XRP. That's why I wanted to reference this and show you guys this. Here we are in a lower high, lower low pattern here, getting caught up with moving average, using it as a support. Hopefully we can break it. XRP essentially similar movements here. Hopefully we can follow suit, break through, and see the rally. And then I honestly wouldn't cast it as not a possibility. Because again, it is bullish. Even if this descending fractal is true, which was bullish, essentially, that's where I thought it was, even in a descending fractal that we're seeing now, or this bull flag, it's also a bullish tendency. So either one does show signs. Maybe it's going to take a little longer to consolidate, but we are what could be inside a bull flag. And I believe some of you guys had mentioned me to take a peek at this. So I do see bull flag potential here. I really, really, really do. And some of you guys mentioned it in previous video here. So that is a huge possibility, and it goes very well with other cryptocurrencies as well. So maybe I was overlooking it, and now we're starting to see that. So that's a good sign. That shows possible, bullish potential at the end of this. We'll see where that end is, but inevitably a break to the upside is what we could expect. BYDFI is where we're going to do all these trades. The number one cryptocurrency leveraging exchange that I like to use here on the channel. Not only was there that crazy liquidation that took place in all the exchanges on Friday, lots of you guys had reached out to me, DM'd me personally, and I sent the messages over to BYDFI so they could see, and they, I believe, have taken care of it properly because I got those people that had the issues with liquidation got their answers. They got emails from, from BYDFI, and were reimbursed what they lost. So that is awesome. That is super cool. So definitely reach out to BYDFI. They are doing their best with proof to show, if they find proof like that there was a loss and a glitch on their end, they would reimburse you. So, and they have for many, many, many people so far. So that is awesome news. That just shows that they're here to stay. Their reputation is extremely important, and they're not here to screw people. So I've been with BYDFI for half a decade now, not with them. I've been, advertising, essentially talking about them and saying that they're an awesome brand because they are. I've had no issues with them, and they do tons of promos. Speaking of the Power Up Your First Deposit promo here, where they're giving free cryptocurrency even with the craziness that's going on. So if you guys wanted to re-up on your previous bonuses that might have expired, here's your chance to take advantage of even more. So check them out down in the description below. And moving forward from there, looking at these other cryptos, we saw XRP, we saw Solana, Ethereum in its descending fractal looks good. Again, descending fractal. XRP, descending fractal. Solana, descending fractal. Bull flag, bull flag, bull flag. All have entered into a continuation pattern and hopefully exit in the same one. And if you can, we don't have XRP at moving average here, but Solana and Ethereum are using it as a support. So hopefully that is enough to break us to the upside here. Bitcoin, kind of similar, also at moving average here, inside some weirder ascending broadening wedge, but essentially we're looking for a reversal. That's what I would suspect to see happen here. I do think we still have bullish tendency. This was a healthy pullback, and it should allow us to head higher. And as we pretty much confirmed, I think with Vong, I had drawn this here many, many, many days ago, that this is what I suspect to see happen, and that's kind of what we're doing to a T. So I'm going to delete that for right now. But look, we're back above our uptrend here. And what does that mean? We're probably going to continue to pan out the rest of the year like this. Truthfully, honestly, that's where I think is going to take place. Same thing with the S&P, which is heading back up again. Wasn't affected much at all. So I don't know. But that's going to be it for today's video. Smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.